Let's talk about one of America's most iconic brands, Krispy Kreme. That warm, melt-in-your-mouth donut is a little piece of happiness. But what about its stock? Since its big return to the stock market in 2021, the investment has been, well, stale. The share price has been cut in half, recently hitting an all-time low. It's now trading at a price that, on the surface, looks incredibly cheap. But is this a hidden gem waiting to be discovered? Or is it cheap for a very good and very scary reason? Let's dig in. First, the case for the bargain. Krispy Kreme is a global brand. It's been around since 1937, operates in over 40 countries and sells millions of donuts every single day. It's a name everyone knows. Yet, its total market value, what we call its market capitalization, is under $800 million. That's less than many small regional coffee chains. When you look at its price-to-sales ratio, it's just 0.5. For comparison, most well-known consumer brands trade at a much higher multiple. On paper, this looks like a fire sale. But this is where the story gets complicated, and it all comes down to one word: profitability. You see, Krispy Kreme brings in a lot of revenue, about $1.6 billion a year. But here's the shocking part. The company is still losing money. That's right. In their most recent reports, they posted an operating loss. Their margins, a key measure of profitability, are thin. While they've improved a bit, their EBITDA margin is still around 10%. For a global giant, that's not very strong. A company like Starbucks, for example, operates with margins above 15%. So the big question is, why can't this beloved brand make a consistent profit? Let's hear from the optimists, the bulls. They see a company in the middle of a turnaround. Management is making big changes. They're refranchising, which means they're selling company-owned stores to franchisees. This creates a more capital-light model, less of their own money tied up in ovens and storefronts. They're closing unprofitable locations and focusing on what works. The bulls also see a huge opportunity overseas. In places like Asia and Latin America, the Krispy Kreme brand is still a novelty. There's massive potential for growth. If the company can execute this plan, we could see steady revenue growth and finally those expanding margins. For them, this is a classic low expectation story with a huge potential payoff. But then there are the skeptics, the bears, and they have a strong argument too. They point out that Krispy Kreme has promised turnarounds before. This isn't their first attempt at a financial reset. The company's business model is complex. It relies on a hub-and-spoke system where donuts are made in central kitchens and shipped to smaller outlets. It's expensive and hard to manage profitably. And then there's the execution risk. Remember the partnership with McDonald's? It was supposed to be a game changer, putting Krispy Kremes in restaurants nationwide. But it was called off in 2025 after just a few months because the unit economics just didn't work. For the bears, this is the core problem. Achieving scale is one thing. Achieving profitable scale is something else entirely. So what does this mean for you, the investor? The market is pricing this stock with a ton of pessimism. At a 0.5 price-to-sales ratio, it seems the market has very little faith that a turnaround will happen. This creates an opportunity. If the bulls are right and Krispy Kreme can fix its margins and grow internationally, this stock could soar from its current low base. The upside could be significant, but if the bears are right and profits remain elusive, then the stock isn't a bargain at all. It's a value trap. Cheap can always get cheaper if the underlying business doesn't improve. In the end, Krispy Kreme's stock isn't a simple yes or no. It's a bet. It's a bet on a powerful brand versus a challenging business model. It's a bet on a promising turnaround versus a history of unmet goals. The potential for high returns is absolutely there, but it comes with a commensurate level of risk. So the next time you see that hot now sign glowing, ask yourself, is this a brand I love, or is it a business I believe in? What do you think? Is Krispy Kreme a hidden gem, or is it cheap for a reason? Let us know in the comments below.